All right, 6 weeks test review. Number 1, find the area of a parallelogram. So parallelogram area is base times height. So the base is the whole piece right here, which make sure you notice up here is 7.5. Now the height, we don't know the height, so that's the dashed line here. We're going to have to find that. So they gave us this angle here. So from 45 degrees, I have the opposite side and I have the adjacent side. So I'm going to have to do tangent 45 equals opposite, which I'm going to call x, over adjacent, which is 6. So to solve for x, I'm going to multiply by 6 on both sides. So in my calculator, which makes sure that you're in degrees right here, I'm going to do 6 tangent 45, and just so you can see what it looks like this. So x equals 6. So the height is 6. So now I can just multiply 7.5 times 6, and I got 45 inches squared. Number 2, find the surface area and volume of the hemisphere. So surface area of the hemisphere, we're going to take a sphere, 4 pi r squared, and split it in half. But you have to be careful here because we have that circle on the bottom that it's sitting on, so we have to add an extra circle. Okay, so make sure that you take note of that. So then let's just plug everything in. 4 pi times 11 squared divided by 2 plus pi times 11 squared. So I'm just going to put all that in my calculator. So surface area equals 1,140.4 inches squared. Now volume, you don't have to do that on. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So all I have to do there is divide the ending number by 2. So 4/3 pi 11 to the third. And then I got this in my calculator. I'm going to divide that by 2. Oh, try again. There we go. Divide by 2. So volume equals 2787.6 inches cubed. Okay, number 3. Find the surface area. So we have a cone. So surface area of a cone. Now this doesn't say total, but I want you to make sure you know this is the total surface area. So surface area of a cone is pi r L plus pi r squared. So remember, L is the slant height. So radius is 3. They gave us the slant height, 8, plus pi times 3 squared. So plug that in my calculator. I got 103.7 centimeters squared. Number 4. Okay, so on number 4, let me turn the volume off. Number 4, we're finding surface area. There we go. Surface area of a prism. So we have PH plus 2B. Now be extra careful here because you have to check and see what is the base. So remember, the bases are parallel and congruent. So that means I have these 2 triangles, which are hard to see. So it looks like this part right here is 7, and this is 4. And then the sides of the triangle are also 7. So perimeter of the triangle would be 21, because 7 plus 7 plus 7. And then we need to find the height of the prism. So I'm going to drop down a height right here. So I have 3.5 and 7. And I'm just going to do Pythagorean theorem. So if you want to pause it right here and do Pythagorean theorem, sorry, that's in your way, you could do that. So I got 6.06 plus 2 times the base. Now the base is a triangle, so I want to do base times height divided by 2. So the base of the triangle is 7. We just found the height of the triangle. and I'm going to divide that by 2. So 7 times 6.06 divided by 2, 21.21. So a lot going on in this one little problem. 169.68 units squared. Okay, number 5, find the volume to the nearest tenth. So volume of a cone is base times height divided by 3. So the base is a circle, so I can do pi r squared times the height, which they gave us, is 24, divided by 3. Now, we don't have the radius, so we need to find that, which is why there's this 60-degree angle. So I could use tangent. So tangent 60 equals 24 over x. And in order to solve for x, I need to do 24 divided by tangent 60. So for the radius, I got 13.86. And I can just plug that all into my calculator. So pi times 13 times, did I get 86? No, 13.86, there we go. Pi times 13.86 times 24 divided by 3. And let's see. Hopefully you saw here I forgot to square that. So let me put that back in my calculator. And I got B. Okay, number 6. A sphere has a 6-inch radius, and a cone has a 12-inch height, and a base with a 6-inch radius. So compare their volumes. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So I can plug in the 6, and I'm just going to put that in my calculator. That's nice and simple. So 4/3 pi times 6 to the 3rd. So 904.8. And then let's do volume of a cone. So volume of a cone is base times height divided by 3. So the base is a circle, pi r squared, so pi times 6 squared, times the height, which is 12, divided by 3. So again, I'm going to put that in my calculator. And I got 452. So the sphere is greater. All right, moving right along. Number 7. Determine whether the pair of solids are similar, congruent, or neither. Okay, so first thing to know, if the numbers are not exactly the same, they cannot be congruent. So you should cross that off. Then we're just determining, are they similar or not. So to determine if they're similar or not, I'm going to create ratios and see if those ratios are the same. So I'm going to do the height, 8.4, divided by height, 7. I'm going to do the, we'll do this piece right here. So 7.2 divided by 6. And then I'm going to do this other one right here, 9, divided by 7.5. So 8.4 divided by 7, I got 1.2. 7.2 divided by 6, I got 1.2. And 9 divided by 7.5, I got 1.2. So even though these are all different, because these ratios came out to be the same, it's similar. It's not congruent because they're not exactly the same. Number 8, a rock is added to a container of water and it raises the water level 3 centimeters. The container is a rectangular prism whose base measures 15 by 15. What is the volume of the rock? So I'm just going to do volume of a prism. Base times height. So the base is a rectangle, which means I'm going to do 15 times 15. Now the height, I'm just going to do what the water rose to. So the water rose 3 centimeters. So then I can just put that in my calculator, which is 675 centimeters cubed. Number 9, find the area of a regular hexagon with side length 15 centimeters. So area of a hexagon is apothem times perimeter divided by 2. Now they didn't give us that apothem, so we have to find that. So since the side's 15, that means this is 7.5. So I'm going to do Pythagorean theorem to find this side right here. So if you want to pause the video and go ahead and find Pythagorean theorem. So I got 13, actually I won't round to 13, I'll say 12.99 for the apothem. So area equals 12.99 times perimeter. So it's 15 each side and there's 6 sides. So perimeter is 90 divided by 2. So plug that in your calculator and the area is 584.55 centimeters squared. Number 10, find the lateral surface area of the regular pyramid. So make sure you look at your formulas correctly here. So lateral surface area is perimeter times slant height divided by 2. So it's perimeter of a base. It tells us it's a regular pyramid, which means every single side is 11. So the perimeter of the base is 44. The slant height they gave us is 12, and then divide by 2. So 264 feet squared. Number 11, the ratio of the heights of 2 similar pyramids is 2 to 5. Find the ratio of their surface areas. So if I'm doing surface areas, we're going to square both of those. If I was doing volume, I would cube both of those. So surface area, I'm going to square, so that's going to be 4 to 25. Number 12, identify the solid of revolution generated by revolving the region around the line. So that's just, it looks like a half circle, so if you keep revolving it, it's going to be this sphere right here. Number 13, find the volume of the pyramid. So volume of a pyramid is base times height divided by 3. So the base we'll do 30 times 24. Now the height we don't know. Be careful here, they give you the slant height, we don't know the height. So we need to use Pythagorean theorem, that's 12. So again, if you want to pause it and find that height. I got the height is 16. So the volume of the pyramid, 3,840. A golf ball has a 3.8 center diameter and a tennis ball has a 7 centimeter diameter. So let's do the golf ball and the tennis ball. Find the difference between their volumes. So volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So the golf ball, to find the radius, I'm going to do 3.8 and divide that by 2. So the radius of the golf ball is 1.9. So if I put that all in my calculator, I got 28.7. Then the tennis ball, the radius would be 7 divided by 2, so 3.5. So I'm going to put all that in my calculator. I got 179.59. So now it wants the difference, so I'm going to subtract these two. And I got 150.9. Number 15, find the volume. So we've got two shapes here. We have volume of a cylinder, and we're going to add volume of a cone. So volume of a cylinder is base times height, and volume of a cone is base times height divided by 3. So for the cone, or the cylinder, sorry, we're going to do pi times radius squared, which is 10, times the height, 30, plus the cone, pi times 10 squared times the height. Now, to me, this looks like slant height. So I'm going to do Pythagorean theorem. I got 6.6 for the height. And divide that by 3. So a lot going on here. So I added what I got from here and here together, and I got 10115.93 centimeters cubed. Okay, number 16, identify the solid of revolution. So if you revolve this one around, it's just going to be this picture right here. Number 17, find the perimeter and area of the parallelogram. So perimeter, the sides of a parallelogram, opposite sides are the same. So I'm just going to add those together, 20 plus 20 plus 24 plus 24. So I got 88, so I'm going to cross out these two. And then area is just base times height. So base is 24, but I need to find the height, kind of like that first one we did. So I'm going to use sine. Sine 60 equals x over 20. And then multiply those together. I got 415.7. Number 18, find the area of the figure. So I'm going to do area of the rectangle minus area of a semicircle. So area of the rectangle would be base times height, so 14 times 8. And I'm going to subtract pi r squared divided by 2. So 14 times 8 is 112 minus pi times, the radius is half of this, so 4 divided by 2. I got 86.9 units squared. Number 19, the ratio of the heights is 7 to 9. Find the ratio of their volume. So we talked about this one. You cube both of them for volume. So 343 to 729. Number 20, find the lateral area of the prism. So lateral area of a prism is just perimeter times height. So be careful with the base here. It's the triangle. So we need to find that third side. I got 7.8. So perimeter is 5 plus 6 plus 7.8. 18.8, and the height is just 8. So just multiply. Number 21, find the area of the quadrilateral. So you've just got a bunch of triangles here, so I'm just going to do area of a triangle. I'm going to do this area of the triangle, so base times height divided by 2. The base is 18, the height is 10, and divide that by 2. And I got 90. And then I'm going to do this one. So I've got 16 times 8, I'm doing this one right here, divided by 2 is 64. And then I'm just going to add those together. 90 plus 64 is 154. Number 22, find the area of the parallelogram. So area equals base times height. We already have the base, 5.5. We need to find the height, just like before. So I'm going to use sine 45 equals x over 7.8. So 7.8 sine 45 is 5.5. So when you multiply those together, 30.33 inches squared. Number 23, the human eye is a spherical structure about 25 millimeters in diameter. Find the surface area. So we're doing surface area of a sphere, which is 4 pi r squared. The radius would be 25 divided by 2, which is 12.5 squared. So 4 times pi times 12.5 squared is 1963.5 and that is millimeters squared. So we're going to use a right cylinder with a radius of 3 and a height of 17. So lateral surface area for a cylinder is 2 pi r h. And they gave us the radius is 3 and the height is 17. So 2 pi times 3 times 17 is 320.4. And then for surface area, it's 2 pi r(h) plus 2 pi r squared. Well, we just found the lateral area was that, so I'm just going to add 2 pi times 3 squared. And I got 377. And that's it.